Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. I'm your host, Shon Black Donamac. Usually we are a lot earlier, but I ran into car trouble. Not that that's your issue or your problem, just telling you what it is. But as you can see, today's topic is going to be absolutely crazy. That right there, I don't even know how to say it. Poria. Psycholaka, whatever it is, Lopalaka Laka, Blue Malaka. It's gonna make your bowels go bloom, bloom, bloom Malaka. Okay? That right there is the stuff that's all over the lettuce, all over the fruits and the vegetables and all that. And you get that, you're gonna get sick. You'll be sick. And so we're gonna talk a little bit about that today, because that joint is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, one of my family members may have gotten a hold of that. And because of that fact, like, he hasn't eaten in like 3 days. I think he's doing better now, but it was rough. He was messed up. And so apparently, you gotta forgive me, I'm all over the place today. But apparently this daggone virus or whatever it is, it says they want me to talk about the Norovirus. Now I know a little bit about that. Um, it can cause vomiting and diarrhea and acute gastroenteritis or whatever that is. And then you got this other stuff. It is a parasite. Like, so this right here is a parasite, brothers and sisters, that is on a lettuce. And now we have to ask ourselves, like, how the heck does one get a parasite from eating lettuce? I, Everybody's like, as soon as you should wash your vegetables, bro. It's supposed to it's in a bag. It's in a prepackaged bag, and if you're going to catch it, you're probably going to catch it from like what's the word I'm looking for? You're probably going to catch it from like a restaurant or because they said like places like Taco Bell, with the lettuce you put it, bro. That stuff is everywhere. That joint is turning everybody into a carnivore. So you're gonna be on your carnivore diet, because you don't, you're gonna have that, which has you explosive diarrhea. You're gonna get the re. Like, you gonna get that. And that joint is crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about the food situation out here right now. My phone is tripping. My phone is tripping. It's tripping. But yeah, you know, I don't know what to say about any of that. But it is absolutely crazy what's happening with this food situation. I mean, you can't even stuff, and they're not talking about like cilantro might be infected. They're talking about it could be like on your carrots, on your watermelons, and all of it. Like, son, all of the fruit is messed up with that, with this right here. Insane. A parasite. Now, why wouldn't we have like ivermectin in the talk? Like, we don't. There's just so much, man. I'm telling you, it's just so much stuff going on when it comes to um this stuff, man. It's just so much, bro. You can't imagine how much craziness is happening when it comes to your food. You know what I mean? And then anybody over there, please like and subscribe, share the channel, share the live if you would. We appreciate that. If I lose you at any point, it's because my daggone Wi-Fi is tripping. Um, my internet connection is tripping out here, bro. It is out of control. But anywho, yeah. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about it because I don't know if how long I'm gonna be. I know it. I know it was late today, man, and that's my bad. I just had so much stuff going on. It's just too insane. It's too insane. Um, but anyway, let's dive into it a little bit. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna waste your time. And so this particular joint is a parasite. It's not a virus. It's usually linked to contaminated food or water, especially fresh produce. The illness can last much longer than the norovirus if untreated. Public health officials have been investigating a large U.S. outbreak. The biggest concern with either illness is dehydration. Warning signs include dizziness, very little urination, dry mouth, confusion, especially in young children and older adults. So I guess what it's trying to say there is that this particular parasite, unlike norovirus, it's going to be more like you're going to have so much of the riri that you'll get dehydrated. I can see that because you won't be able to keep anything in your stomach, and it's linked to fresh vegetables. Like, so fresh vegetables, all your fresh vegetables are supposed to be good for you. Son, eat fresh. Don't eat this. Get fresh fruit. Yes. And all this stuff comes from like foreign countries where the standards aren't as strict as our standards when it comes to food. So now you got this stuff popping up. You can't have anything fresh. No lettuce, no carrots, no celery, no cucumbers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta blanch everything. Like you gotta boil some water and just like dip your stuff in there to make sure you killing off viruses. I mean, your lettuce, you might as well not even eat that. You might as well not anything leafy. You might as well not eat anything like that. No spinach, no greens, no lettuce, no none of that. No none of that. No kale, nothing. Don't eat anything like that. You want to eat your onions, you got to blanch those. You got to take those, you got to boil some water, you got to drop your onions in there for a few seconds and pull them back out. You got to make sure you're taking that and washing your, and not even just washing your hard vegetables, like the stuff that's got the skin on the outside, right? Like lemons and limes, onions, carrots, squash, zucchini, all of those joints. You're gonna have to not only gonna have to wash it, but bro, you're gonna have to thoroughly cook that. You gotta make sure there's no parasites on your joint. Whatever this is, you don't want none of that. You know what I mean? And I don't want none of that. Now the good thing is so far you can't pass that from person to person. They have to actually ingest whatever it is that it's got to be on the vegetables. But how are you supposed to tell? You can't tell. You can't tell. You can't tell what's on the vegetables. This you can't tell where if that's on the vegetables or not. How are you supposed to fight this? You can't fight this. Like you gotta go carnivore. You gotta go straight carnivore. Now I mean if you're not going straight carnivore, you can't fight this. Um Yeah, you gotta go straight carnivore with it. You can't, and to me that's the thing, right? To me that's the thing. Um, So that's what it is, man. I'm definitely I'm definitely not eating any lettuce. Not eating any I'm not eating anything that has to do with anything like that. Okay? Not messing around with any kale, no lettuce, no spinach, no greens, no none of that. If it's leafy, unless it's kimchi, not eating even that. I don't even know. Well, I wonder if the fermentation process for the kimchi would, you know, I wonder if that would help out a little bit. You know what I mean? But you just can't tell. Oh yes, we are. We are live. Matter of fact, I was gonna send you this, Mac. Appreciate the love. Um, I don't know what to say, man. All I know is that we can't have any of this. There's like we got to do something about this food situation. We got to, son. You can't like before you get a thoroughly cook your meat, thoroughly do this, thoroughly do that, thoroughly. You gotta cook your stuff. Got to get in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta um. It's a lot going on with that, man. Wonders, what up? What up? How you feeling today? Let me know if you guys know about this parasite that people are getting. Let me know about this if you think that this about this parasite because this thing is having you have the explosive. God is good. God is good, and I'm glad that you guys came in. Um, Polytart, I'm glad that you're in here too. We've been talking about this thing with the lettuce, bro. That and now they're saying like cilantro, thyme, all of those things, anything that's leafy that comes from farms and stuff that you might have to watch out for this virus. You might have to watch it. That's the crazy, like that's crazy, bro. Like that's crazy. Like so that's crazy. Think about it, son. You just want to put some cilantro on something and you wind up in the bathroom for a week. You can't hold anything down. The joint is insane. Joint is insane, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to not eating any vegetables. I don't like, you know what I mean? I don't like any of that. What up? What up? Annabelle, let me know what you think about this virus here, this parasite. Let me know about how you feel about that because that joint is crazy. That joint is extra crazy. And it's the meats, right? You really for the next I'm gonna say truthfully, oh yeah, what up, what up? Adam, what's good? Truthfully, I think for the next like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, once it gets cold, you really like all this cause so all of those vegetables are gonna start growing again in the fall. So if you have a garden, those of you that do garden, if you garden, you know that fall time, like around this time is when you start planting lettuce, you start planting kale, you start planting Brussels sprouts, you start planting all of and I call those cold vegetables. Those are vegetables that can grow from now all the way up until like November. Or you can plant those, or you can plant those, or you can plant those like in the beginning of the year, but you plant them inside, right? You keep them inside in the beginning of the year. You keep those inside, and then as it gets a little warmer, you put them out. But you want to basically have them done before the temperature gets real crazy. You know what I mean? Before the temperature gets real crazy, you want to have that finished. Said I was probably expired pesticide or supplements they use to grow that stuff. Yo, so what they're saying is that this particular parasite comes from like fecal matter. So, it comes from fecal matter, and then the fecal matter is in the water, and then they water the plants with it, and the parasites are on the plants, and then when they harvest that, they package that stuff and bring it to you, and then people who have like there's no washing process, like, so when you get the lettuce, right, you wash your food, but you don't wash it. You put it in water, right? You put it in water, you spin it. If you have one of those spinners, those fruit spinners, and the fruit spins and you spin off, or you do what you see on TikTok, right? Put a little baking soda in the water, add a little peroxide, it bubbles, it gets the bubbles, and then you pull it out and you wash it off, and you think it's good. But you ain't gonna kill no parasite with no peroxide and daggone uh baking soda. You're not gonna kill a parasite. You're not gonna kill that with no peroxide and baking soda. Parasite, man, parasites usually have to cook those out. I could be mistaken because I don't know everything. But what I do know is you ain't gonna cook no, like, that's crazy. So then how is it that you fight that? Because I don't know if you guys have seen about salmon, right? This is salmon carries parasites, fish carry parasites, uncooked meat carries parasites. And so if you don't cook the meat, you could have like intestinal worms and all of this other kind of stuff, this gross stuff that you could get. All right, cool. I understand all that, but not on my lettuce. I understand it in fish. Fried, fried parasites. So I understand it in fish, right? I understand it in beef. I understand it in pork. I understand it in chicken. And from what I understand, right, learning things as I deal with people who like have farms and hunt and all this other kind of stuff, that most animals carry parasites. Most of them. Like even your beloved fur animals that are your Furbies that are at your house, they are most likely those fur animals carry parasites, right? Your fur. You, my man Felipe Sanchez is in the building. Holla at Felipe Sanchez over here on Facebook. So from what I understand, it's insane, right? So from what I understand is that most animals carry them, especially in the summertime. Summertime, they're eating a lot of things, they're doing a lot of things. So, the animals, and then they're getting bit by like mosquitoes and other kind of animals that give them parasites. So you can have your dog can have like an worm, like heartworms and all that kind of stuff. All those different types of parasites that your fur animal can have. And not only can they have it, but your beef and all of that can have that too, right? So you really have to really think about, like, your meat can have it, but you don't really think about your vegetables having it. Your plants are not doing anything to anybody but drinking water and laying in the sun. That's all they're doing. And then they have these whatever that word is, parasite. They just can't say parasite. They got to give it some fancy name. And so you got this fancy name of this mess. And what do you do? How do you come back from that? I don't know. I don't know. And if you have it, right, what medications are they giving you to basically unalive that in your body? But then does it lay eggs? How does this particular animal, right? Because a parasite is some sort of an animal at some level. How does it reproduce? Is it asexual? Does it just multiply? You don't know. Look, listen. You don't know anything about this particular joint. Oh, Sanders, what up? AK Felipe Sanchez, welcome to the podcast. Appreciate everybody stopping in. But we don't know anything about it. We don't know anything about it. All we know is that at some level, we are subject to this. Like I'm trying to keep clear thoughts, right? How do we fight this? Thanks for the likes. Please subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to subscribe, say this, real quick. If you don't want to subscribe, just hit the like button a couple hundred times. It'll only cost your thumbs. That's why I tell everybody, just your thumbs, just tap a couple times, get the likes. It helps the engagement, and I appreciate it. And so, said I met some guy who went to Turkey and ate something and had some kind of bacterial parasites. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I expect that to be in Turkey. It sounds crazy, but son, I expect it to be in Turkey. I expect it to be in Afghanistan. I expect it to be down south in South America. I expect it. I expect that. It's so crazy. I'm gonna paint the picture. Let Sean Black, let me paint the slide for you. 2009. We go to Cabo San Lucas. I don't know if I said that right. I am not a Hispanic person, so if I say it the wrong way, forgive me. But we go to Cabo San Lucas. And when we get off the plane in Mexico, they told us, listen, when you take a shower, 09, when you take a shower at the hotel, when you take a shower, when you drink, if you drink any water, if you take a shower, if you do any of that, right? You need to turn away from the shower head. So if the shower head is facing you, you need to put your back to that shower head. Do not get any of the water into your mouth. Do not drink any water at the faucet. Do not brush your teeth with any of the water there. Take the bottled water and pour it on your toothbrush and brush and wash your mouth out and spit and see. Do not do anything else with the water. Do not drink it under any circumstances. They had me shook. They had a brother like me shook. I'm painting here. I am Picassoing the slide for you. So we get there and they're telling us this. One of my wife's coworkers decided he wasn't going to listen to what they had told him and brushed his teeth, or I don't even think he went that far. I think he just kind of turned around and some droplets got in his mouth, and my brother was sick the whole time that he was there. Like, son, the whole time. So we didn't see him the whole time he was there. Sick. You know what I mean? Sick. Yeah, they told us that. They told us that, bro. They told us do not drink the water under any circumstances. Any circumstances. They were like, do not drink it. And bro, he was sick. And I think Ed only got like a couple of drops in his mouth. And he was sick we were there for 4 days. The whole 4 days he was gone. We saw him that first day, and that was it. He came, he was sitting, son. He was messed up. He was messed up. It was the worst vacation in his life because he was messed up. And so, what do you do with that? Like, and my point is, right, is if you can get sick just from drinking the water in a place, imagine what it's like going to a true third world country, son. You can't trust nothing when you get over there. Nothing. You can't trust it. If it ain't in a package, you don't eat it. And even if it's in a package, you don't know what the standards are. Son, have you seen the Indian street food videos on TikTok? brother, man, what they do was cutting the meat with his toenail in the gobbly goop sloppity slop that they slept. Man, listen, there's a guy on YouTube. His name is, I want to say his name is Eric Boldar, and I watch his son. He's got a video there when he goes to Dago India, and he's looking for Indian beer. The whole concept of his joint is he's looking for Indian beer. So he gets in there, brother. I thought I've been into some crazy, crazy, crazy places in my life, right? I thought I went to some crazy places, son, but son, ain't nothing like that India, son. Ain't nothing like that. And son, India looks different. Son, that's different. And you think like the street food would be any better? Gobbledygook, sloppity slop. I'm trying to tell you. Everybody. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, let me turn on the phone. Hold on, you can call right on in. Let me turn on the phone, brother. Hold on, let me turn this joint on. Okay. You know the phone number 804-410-4584. 804-410-4584. If you want to call in, I'll take your call. I know my man Felipe Sanchez said he wants to call in. So call in, Sanchez. 804-410-4584. You know what I'm saying? He said no, call me. Okay. I gotta look for your let me look for your joint. Hold on a second, Sanchez. Felipe Sanchez wants me to call him. You see how they make me, you see how they make the host of the show work? I'll be working, and I don't even know why they want to do this to me, but they do. They know I can't see. No, my eyesight is bad. They know all of these things. They know that they want to talk to me about gobbledygook, and that's what's crazy. And so we're calling Felipe Sanchez right now.
Hey, I tried to call, but it some lady got on the phone, some automated service.
Yeah, because matter of fact, it says you're calling right now. Let me decline that. Hello? Oh, it hung up on him. Hold let me see. Hold on a second. Let's call it back.
Okay, you know what?
That was my fault. That was my fault. So what's happening, Felipe Sanchez? Let me know about the gobbly gobby.
So what I wanted to mention, and it was just too much in the text, is have you ever seen the show where the guy, he goes to like these foreign countries, and it's two of them, right? And it's one episode, I can't get the name, so don't get me lying. This one episode, they sit down and they come out with fresh minnows.
Minnows? Like minnows, like
Minnows. Like
minnows?
minnows, like fish minnows. Yes, like fish minnows, right? So check it out. So my man, he looks at the other guy and he's like, so we're going to cook this? No, they're just going to eat them just like that. Man. Yo, let me
Oh,
tell you, dog.
son. I'm
If
not
them fish
even
look like they don't have
understanding.
Cyclospora, whatever the name is that you put on the bottom of the screen.
But son, remember that guy? Remember that guy? Zimmerman, Andrew Zimmerman.
I think
Remember?
that's him. I think he's tall guy, right? With the bandana around his head?
No. He's
No.
what the heck is happening, bro? My phone has been tripping. So my cell phone has been tripping, man. Wow, my joint is tripping right now. So anyway,
Anyways, if you could look up that clip of what I was talking about, and anyways, what they do is they grab the fish, right, the live fish, put it
mm-hmm.
in like some secret sauce that they made. It looks really good, the sauce, by the way, and they eat the fish alive with the guts, with everything.
That's filthy.
And it's
That's
funny because
filthy.
you're talking about these foreign countries with these like people getting diseases, like I think I just can't. I can, I can eat stuff, but I ain't juggling with so many stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, word, son. I'm not eating it. Some listen. It's bad enough that you got to watch your daggone lettuce. Okay, you got to watch
Yeah.
your lettuce. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not eating any kind of bugs, crickets. I'm not eating slugs and roaches. I'm not eating larvae and all
No,
kind of grubs and all
absolutely
that.
not.
Listen, I am not eating any of that kind of mess. Sean Black, Don
You
and
know the
Mac, in
Hey,
his
Sean,
limited wisdom.
Sean, the family is Puerto Rican and all that
Yeah, yeah,
morcilla,
yeah,
the
yeah.
blood sausage. I
I'm not
won't even
doing
eat
that.
that.
I'm not doing
Nope.
that.
No, I'm
I'm
not
not
doing
doing
that.
that.
Nope.
Blood sauce. I watched a video of them. I watched a video of them making that. Right?
Blech, blech.
Absolutely not.
I'll pass. Hard pass.
Absolutely
Hard
not.
pass.
Hard. The pass
Oh,
is
you gotta put
hard.
some sauce on it, some hot sauce. Nope.
The pass,
Hard
son.
pass.
I don't eat chitterlings. Joe Black doesn't eat
I don't know,
chitterlings.
man. There's a little bit of that tummy guy,
Yeah, man.
uh,
That's the poopy scoopy chitterlings. Sean
I ain't
doesn't.
gonna have
Sean
no
Black doesn't.
gobbly giblets though,
Yeah, gobbly goobly gop, slibbity
or goobly
slobbity
gobblers.
slop. What's the name of the
Yeah,
most extreme food you ever ate? He said, "What's the most extreme food you ever ate?"
me.
Felipe. Yeah,
Let's see. The most extreme.
yeah. Polytart, man.
Um,
Thanks for staying with us.
hmm, hmm. Most
King
extreme.
Jones, welcome in.
I mean, I eat cow tongue. I eat the lining of the stomach.
What the heck are you
Um,
talking about? So wait a minute, hold up, back
yeah.
all the way
What
up.
you
Like,
mean, man?
let,
Come on,
let me
man.
put this in
You
reverse.
can get you a lengua taco, a lengua
Beep,
taco. Ay,
beep,
Dios mío.
beep, beep,
You
beep.
get a lengua taco. Ay, Dios mío.
That was mio, Leo, throw EO. What the heck is happening? You ain't a cow tongue. Let me tell you how they try to get me. Again, I'm gonna pink the slide while you want to join. Let's see. I want to say 90. I'm at
90
church.
what?
1990. I'm at church. We're having like
Okay.
a potluck in the basement of this building. So the church had its own, like, there was like but it wasn't really a basement. It was ground level, and then the church was up higher, right? So
Gotcha.
we go inside of this. We were in this potluck, and they have all these foods, but there was guys from Africa that went to the church. And one of the
Okay.
guys, his name was Bilotti. Bilotti used to always joke about cow tongues and monkey brains and all this other kind of stuff. I was probably around 15,
Ah,
16
no,
years old.
that's where I
So
draw the line, brother.
he bought like a pot, and this joint had long tongues in it. Long fat tongues and gravy. Bro,
Yeah.
we're not doing any of that. We're not doing any of that. You know what I mean? We're not doing any of that. Like, that joint is absolutely insane. Hey, Keita, welcome into the stream. Glad you made it. Um, Keita, the most extreme food that you ever ate. Polly, most extreme food that you ever ate. Uh, Mac, the most extreme food you ever ate. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? You still with me, Sanchez? Sanchez, are you still here? Sanchez going once.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Uh-oh.
am still here, Shon Black. Yes, yes, yes.
we thought you slipped. We thought you fell out and slipped on the cow tongue.
Nah,
we thought the
nah,
cow
man.
tongue took you down.
I'm cooking me a little something. I just got home from the side job, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sign off, Shon Black. So I give me.
I am here. You said you were about to sign off? And he's gone, ladies and gentlemen. It says my mic is not working anymore. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you can still hear me. So yeah, man, I just don't understand. We're not eating any cow tongues. We're not doing fried frog legs. Frog legs? Frog legs? That sounds like this right here is coming to a place near you, a flavor near you. I don't know. I'm not eating any frog legs. I'm not interested in any frog legs. We're not doing frog legs. I keep it. Now, I'm about to paint the slide again. 1994, I want to say. She said it really tastes like chicken. You know what? I have to take your word for it because Shon Black, darn it back, will never put frog legs in his. This won't ever taste a frog leg. So 1994 or 95, or probably 95, somewhere around there. Rest in peace to my aunt. And my aunt Janice, I come to the house and I go in there and she has on the table, there looks like fried fish on the table. So she's like, yo, we greet each other, we talk, we exchanging this and that. And she goes in the room and I said, you know what? I'm about to make me one of these fish sandwiches. So I got in there, I got sneaky. I went there and boom, boom, boom. Put the fish on there, put everything on there, was going to town. So I ate, sat back, she comes out maybe about a half hour later. She's like, yo, I said, Auntie, man, you know I had to get some of this fish. Woo, it was smoking. She like, you know that's not fish, right? So now I'm like, what do you mean that's not fish? She's like, yo, that's alligator tail. Sick. Black was sick. But that taught me a lesson. You don't go to folk house and look at something and be like, yo, son, and you just eat. Same thing, another thing, same around the same time happened to me too with a guy, friends on my Facebook, Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy Inman. If he ever comes on the show, you see himself, Jimmy Inman, I should tag him. So Jimmy and I go out and we hanging out. His dad got and this is around the same time frame. His dad got lots of pew pews at the house. So we take the pew pews out and we're out doing our thing. Come back in the house, probably maybe like hour or so later, and I'm like, yo, you saying we're hungry. So he's like, yo, son, I got some chicken nuggets. Some chicken strips that my dad made homemade. It's like I was like, oh yeah, son. Let's put those together, put the plate together, son, smashing them joints. After we finish, He's like, yo, man, you like that? You like those chicken joints? I was like, yeah, some joints is banging. He's like, yo, so that squirrel instantly sick. Instantly got sick. I was so sick by the end of the night, it was coming from both ends. Told Jimmy, never, ever. And then, son, and that stopped me really from eating at people's house like that. Son, I don't really eat like people say, you say you want something? I'll be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. You want something? No. I drink something. Know what I'm saying? I drink, but that stopped me. That kind of this son. That joint broke me. I was that joint was terrible. That joint was terrible. That joint was terrible. Squirrel, man. Sandy cheeks. Sandy cheeks. I had her in chicken strip form. I was hurt. Oh, and that tastes like chicken. I thought it was chicken. It was sandy cheeks, and I was sick. I was sick. I could have had a parasite. Like, son, I could have really had a parasite from eating that. Word up. I was hurt, bro. Oh, I was hurting. I ain't care, son. He ain't cared, son. He laughed. To this day, he probably laughs about that. The joint's crazy. I was sick. I was sick. I was like, oh, both ends, sick. Fried sandy cheeks. Fried sandy. I was, man, son, hurt. Never again, son. That's why I don't eat at people's house like that. I come to your house, I might not eat. Is it black? You want something? I'll be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I take something. You want a soda? Yeah, I'll take that. That's in a can. You want a bottle of water? I'll take that. That's in a bottle. I ain't messing around. Unless I'm watching you cook that. Man, even at the barbecue, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, son. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, man. So I'm gonna end this live because I didn't plan really to stay on this end. Do you think when you eat something is good and you find out something, it could be. It, son, I'm not even gonna hold you. The Silver Fox is in the building. Shout out to the Silver Fox over there on TikTok. We're trying to get it to 5K. Tap the like button until we get to 5K, if you will. Trying to get the stream likes up to about 5Ks. Tap it. Only costs your thumbs. Uh, yeah, like, bro, that's totally possible. Cause I know I was sick. Both in both in can in instances I was sick, bro. I was like, oh. But the one that really made me sick was the squirrel joint. Like, that was crazy. Now I eat deer. Deer is deer. You eat deer. I like venison, especially when they make the deer sausage with the extra sharp cheddar cheese in there. That's cool. But rabbits, I'm not eating any of that. My man Bags always talking about eating rabbits. I'm not eating any rabbits. You know, the older cats in the country talked about eating possums. I'm not eating that. The little boy today out here in the county got attacked by a beaver. I know they used to eat that back in the day. Black isn't eating that. Uh, we're just not eating any of that. And this is how this kind of stuff spreads. Okay? We shouldn't be eating those kind of animals. And don't get me wrong, salmon, they say salmon is filled with parasites. They say you're supposed to eat salmon like dried out because they said it's filled with it. You know what I mean? But who knows? Every person I believe, and this is real talk, every person I believe should have like ivermectin at the house. I watched a joint where guys started taking ivermectin and he kind of like cured a lot of stuff that was going on with him. And they're saying that things like they're saying things like eczema is caused by pure parasites and not having enough fiber in your body. They're saying that certain types of cancer is caused by parasites, and if you want to cure that, you need to eat the ivermectin or something that's going to kill the parasites out of you and flush them out of your body. Um, but I wouldn't doubt it, and the reason why is because there are certain foods that we're just not supposed to be eating, man. You know what I'm saying? The Jewish people have it on lock when it comes to eating. Lil Chuck, what up? You know what I'm saying? Eating. Everybody welcome Lil Chuck into the stream. Um, I think the Jewish people got that joint on smash when it comes to uh the lettuce will get you. Yes, son. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. The lettuce ain't no joke. It ain't no joke when the lettuce smoke. You can't be messing around with the lettuce, man. The lettuce is crazy. Crazy. The Silver Fox says she eating cereal. And she was telling me about some guy said, you know what I'm saying, he ain't getting no parasite from eating candy and chocolate bars and stuff like that. I mean, you can't. I mean, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. We in these United States, man, really, really, really gotta rethink what we talking about right now, man. We've never, like, son, never in my life have I ever thought about, like, you know what I'm saying, when we were kids, we never thought about, oh, son, you can't eat lettuce because you're going to get a parasite, or this is going to kill you, or unalive you, or that's going to unalive you. Like, we never had any of those concerns, bro. And now this is like regular stuff, bro. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. This will make you sick, that'll make you sick. This will give you the cancer. This will give you all kinds of crazy stuff. You'll grow extra arms and legs and all kinds of wild stuff that's going on, and it's insane what's happening. And if there's joints that's coming in, I haven't been able to see them yet. We survived so much to let the lettuce tear. So yeah, son, the lettuce is crazy. The lettuce is crazy, and Witchman Face was just sick all weekend from it. You know what I mean? And so this is the reason why I did this, talked about it today, because it's like, bro, that joint is insane. And then when you read a little bit about it and what it is and how they think that it's fecal matter that they sprayed from the water in the different third world countries that we grow our lettuce, and where's the standards? You know what I'm saying? And it's spreading through the United States, and then you know what I'm saying? We have all of this stuff going on in the country. So how do you know it's not deliberate? Like, son, in those types of things, you have to kind of really, like, you want to put it on the back burner, but can you really put it on the back burner? Because it really could be deliberate. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Don't forget to share the stream over there on TikTok. Welcome in to all of those people that jumped into the live. Remember, if you're over there on TikTok, just hit the like button a couple hundred times. It only costs your thumbs. You know what I'm saying? It helps with the engagement, and I appreciate it and appreciate it. So I'm gonna end the stream with this, right, bro? If you don't have to eat the lettuce, don't eat it. You know what I mean? If you don't have to eat the stuff, don't do it. Just kind of like just chill, bro. Just chill, because I'm tell you what, if you don't want what this is, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. Thanks for getting us to 5K over there on TikTok. It's greatly appreciated. Um, but you don't want this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on the toilet for a week. Can't eat, can't drink, can't keep nothing down. Everything is sliding straight from here out the back. You don't want none of that. You know what I mean? That is really, really bad for business. All right. I'm out, guys. Friday. Oh, before I go, third tomorrow, important announcement for those who are anime heads in the room. Crunchyroll is the Demon Slayer movie will be on Crunchyroll, available on Crunchyroll tomorrow, starting tomorrow. So those of you that have been waiting for Demon Slayer to come out, that is going to be tomorrow. We'll probably get into it on the weekend. I've seen it. I went to the movies and saw that with Funny Ba and the Prezi and Bree and a couple other, we all went out there and had a good time at that movie. But it's coming out, and the Fly Puerto Rican is gonna view that movie sometime this week or this weekend. We'll see how she's feeling. We might set up dinner and everything, the arrangements for dinner, so that way we can just come in and watch that joint and have the reaction. Maybe we'll do a reaction video. I don't know. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. House of Dragons, I'm not caught up at all. I don't know what the heck is going. It's just so much other stuff, and I've been doing a lot of gaming. As a matter of fact, if you are here in the stream, if you wouldn't be so kind, go over there to TikTok and get on This Old Man Is Gaming. We'll be posting videos every other day. And well, every day videos will be coming out, but we'll be gaming about every other day to post those videos. And I've just been having a lot of fun in the gaming space, man. Just the gaming space has been really, really good for me to just kind of decompress. And that's where I've been at. So a lot of funny stuff. I'm out there with Funny Bob. Go follow him on the live. Funny Bob Live. What else? Drop your handle in there. And if you have any business or anything like that, let me know, man. We don't mind shouting it out here, man. Trying to help your engagement just like you helped mine by being here. So thank you, everybody, man. We'll see you on Friday. If you have any TV shows you want me to watch, get your list ready. We're gonna get back into that real heavy. All right. I'm your host, Sean Black, Donna Mac. Be easy, everybody. Be safe. Have